It is a Tuesday here on Brandon's World, and now that the Super Bowl is over and the NBA is in full swing post All-Star break and with the NBA trade deadline, we had to bring out the man who last year we did the state of the NBA with one of my good friends on this show, the man who right before we started recording this podcast today said that he was born on this earth to talk basketball. You see his new profile picture. Welcome in, Jalen Sandvick, friend of the show. Jalen, how are you?
Brandon, we got a lot of NBA to talk, and I've been fired up. You asked me if 10 a.m. was too early. Guess what? It's not too early. I'm here. I got my double shot of espresso in my cup. I got a Gatorade in case I get a little rowdy throughout the show. Let's go. We're fired up. Let's run it.
As always, we are in collaboration with the one, the only Voltage Live, and my social media links are in the description below. Jalen, we've had 3 games of the James Harden experience in Cleveland. It's kind of eerie to say that James Harden is now a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers. But when the trade went down, because I texted you, I wasn't so sure about the fit between Harden and Mitchell. But what's your overall take on it?
3 games in, I have nothing to complain about. I like how you responded to the question, because I don't know if you got to watch the last game against the Wizards for the break. Shout out Sam Merrill, by the way. That man was hot. That man was real hot. Shout out Money Merrill. They asked him, well, you only scored 13, and he said, well, it doesn't matter. As long as I win, I don't care. And he dished out 11 dimes, so it wasn't like he wasn't distributing. And I think he understands that his role on this team isn't what it was in a team like Houston, where the team was built around him. He understands that Mitchell is the guy here, and he's just the sidekick, which I think, if you want to be honest, I think Harden's built to. Harden is a superstar, but he is built to be a sidekick.
We're going to talk about the superstars of the NBA and what about later on in the show. I don't agree with you necessarily that James Harden is still a superstar. I think he used to be, but I don't think he can be the 1A option and win you a championship anymore. I do think that it's a good pairing alongside Mitchell. But as I've been saying, I'm not so sure that just a James Harden for Darius Garland swap is the one move that will get the Cavs over the hump.
I do, and I'll explain why. The elevation of Jared Allen over the last 3 games. Evan Mobley is young, and when he plays center, James Harden's going to set him up in a good position. That's the thing that people fail to understand about James Harden and this team is James Harden isn't just a scorer. He can flat out get it done on the offensive end. He's played great defense for us, which is rare, but he's played phenomenal defense when we need him to. He's passed the ball really well. He's distributed really well. He seems to love it here. He seems to love the vibes. Our new guys off the bench,
now as Dennis Schroeder have been very impactful. I think that they were more underrated than the Harden move.
I agree. I like them both. I've always liked Dennis. I think Dennis was.
Yeah, I mean, Dennis is a good productive scorer off the bench. He's certainly given you a way better production in 3 games than Lonzo Ball ever did.
Oh, and I was high on that Lonzo deal too. I was like, this can't go wrong, right? You're giving up Isaac. It did. It went worse than Isaac Okoro. Isaac, I've trashed you on this show for probably 4 years. I wanted you out of that whining gold so bad, but watching Alonzo Ball in a Cavs jersey hurt my eyes way worse. That was rough.
So the way I look at it, Jalen, you have the Cavs, you have the Knicks, you have the Celtics, and you have the Pistons. Those are the 4 teams that I think could realistically get out of the Eastern Conference. I think the Cavs have gotten themselves back in the mix because of the Harden move. But I don't know if any of those teams match up against Denver in a 7-game series, Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Minnesota. Like, I think the 4 best teams are all in the West.
I agree. I don't think we match up bad against certain teams. Especially now, I honestly, like, if you want me to be honest, I don't think we match up terrible against the Thunder, especially bench wise, because guys like Schroeder and Ellis coming
No,
off.
I'll agree with that. I'm just gonna put this out there. As of today, my pick to win the NBA title this year is actually the Spurs.
Watching that human extension cord play, I can't really fault you there. That man isn't human. He's not real. I've never seen a 7-foot French fry step back from literally the logo and make it look effortless. We used to watch Steph Curry when me and Brandon were young. Now we're old now. Okay, it's almost 21. He's what? You're 29 now.
No, I'm going to be 28 in September, so I'm currently 27.
27. See, old. Back in our day, it was Steffortless when Steph would pull up from half court. We'd be like, "Oh my god!" Now these kids are like, "Wimby, oh my god!" And so am I. I think Wimby might be the most insane. Like, if you can import 2K in real life, that's what Wimby is. Like, yeah. If 2K was a real thing, like if you could take your build on NBA 2K26 and put it in the NBA, that's what Wimby would be. And it's disgusting. I've never seen anyone so. He's not even big. He's just. I don't even.
He's tall. He's a tall point guard.
He's just lengthy. Like, the ball to him. I saw a funny post. To him, the hoop is like the hoop that we had on the doors back in the day. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That's what he's playing right now. We're playing NBA. He's playing mini hoop with his brothers, with his friends. Like,
all right. So real quick, back to Harden. You know, my one worry is the Cavaliers are going to get a 3-2 in the second round, and in Game 6 and Game 7, James Harden's going to go 3 for 14 from the field. Donovan Mitchell's going to go 5 for 18, and the Cavs are going to flame out. And a lot of people are going to bitch and complain, and why? My takeaway from the James Harden move was that this was not a move for the Cavs to win the title this year. It is a move for them to set up for next year when, in my opinion, one or two things happen. Either LeBron makes his last return to Cleveland for one last season, or depending on how Evan Mobley plays in the playoffs, the Cavs have a serious discussion, and they could potentially do both of these things, of calling up the Milwaukee Bucks and moving off Evan Mobley for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I agree, but I really, like, the more I read it, the more I don't. I think this is it. I think LeBron's done.
Interesting.
He's already missed 18 games.
Yeah, by the way, what do you make about that rule real quick, about that he's not eligible for any awards because he's missed 18 games and not due to load management, which what the rule was originally put in for?
Right. So my take, it's a slippery slope, because if you're a guy like
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Kawhi Leonard, who is actually, like, could be a top 5 player in the league, but you don't see the court. That's a different story versus if you're a guy like Jason Tatum, who tore his Achilles but can come back and start dropping 30. So there's, like, I've had this discussion with a lot of different people. I really don't know where I'm going to go with it. And I truly don't know where I stand, because it's a matter of just circumstances, I guess.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, but do you? So you think though that overall, like, back to Harden, I guess that's it. You think that this roster currently as constructed could win a championship?
I do, and I'm not gonna lie, because I've seen. You know how much shit I've talked about Jared Allen over the years. I've said he's soft. I said I wanted him off my team. When he got bodied by Julius Randle, I said that was ridiculous. When you remember that when we first made the playoffs?
The Knicks body back there. So then even Orlando, I mean, that was the series I got most pissed off about because that series should have never won 7 games.
That series should have been a gentleman's sweep or a sweep. There should have been no question about it.
Orlando was the tougher team. If they could shoot a little bit better, I think people forget, were we down 16 in the second quarter at one point in Game 7?
Yeah, because the brothers, the
Wagner brothers.
Yeah.
Franz Wagner went crazy. I mean, Orlando was the better team for most of the
100%. I will 100% say we didn't deserve to win that series. If they just had one shooter, if they had a guy who could, yeah, we were, because this new identity, I like where it is. We were the worst good team in the league. We were a bad good team.
I also argue last year we should have beat Indiana, and I think last year was our best team. I think we blew last year.
I agree, and I think Mitchell knew that. So, do you remember? I don't remember if it was game 4? Mitchell left at half, before the half.
Game 4 they blew us out, right?
Yeah.
Game 4 they blew us out because we won Game 3.
Right, and Mitchell was just fed up because Mitchell was the only one scoring.
Yep. Were we down 30 in the second quarter?
We were down 34 or something like that. We were down because I remember a little backstory there. I was supposed to go to dinner, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to." You know me, I was like, "Look, I'm not going to this dinner. I'm going." I'm going to watch the Cavs.
Spoiler, that's why we're recording this on Valentine's Day. We're two single guys talking sports on Valentine's Day because that's what
ain't it beautiful, Brandon? Ain't it beautiful? This is what we were made to do.
Yeah.
That's probably a good point of why I'm single right now. Probably because I skipped that dinner to watch the Cavs get blown out by 30. Anyway,
you know what's funny, Jay? When let me ask you this question. So I thought about it, and you know me. I was the one advocating for the last couple of years. I said Jared Allen's not the one you trade. Darius Garland is the one you trade. And I think this might be a little bit funny to you, but I thought about it. I said, Darius Garland is probably the perfect point guard for the Clippers, which they've always needed a point guard distributor. It's the one thing they were missing during the Kawhi Leonard era. But I said, Kawhi Leonard has chronic knee pain. Darius Garland has chronic toe pain. They can sit together on the bench. I mean, this is the ultimate chronic basketball team.
Dude, it is. No, because, listen, all they need to do is sign me and put me at shooting guard. And, I got bad knees, so, we're good. Listen, the Clippers are just bad organization. We'll talk about the whole Clippers scandal later. Oh boy.
So speaking of the Clippers, there's a guy this week who started this year on the Clippers, flamed out with Tyronn Lue, and they weren't even on speaking terms, and now is out of the league. And that is, of course, Chris Paul, who never made an NBA Finals. Had the couple runs.
No, that's not true. That's not true. He made a Finals.
With who? Oh, Phoenix. I totally forget about that NBA Finals. Phoenix and Milwaukee.
That was such a weird Finals. And remember Bobby Portis had 25? Bobby Portis
Middleton in Game 3. I mean, that was the year after COVID. The Finals were in July. It was a weird year.
That was also Game 1. I don't know if you remember this, but their coach is probably the worst coach.
Well, that was Monty Williams at the time.
Was it?
Yeah.
It wasn't.
It was Monty Williams against Coach Bud from Milwaukee.
Oh God, Milwaukee's coach was so bad. They drew up a game-winning. I don't know if you remember this, but remember they were down 2 and they drew a game-winning play for Pat Connaughton for Pat
No,
Connaughton.
the only thing I remember about that was Middleton hit a game-winning shot in Game 3, and Giannis had the 50-pointer in Game 6. That's literally the only thing I remember about that whole series.
Well, yeah, but that series was weird. I just remember, like, Bobby Portis became a household name in Milwaukee.
Well, thank you for correcting me on that, because I totally forgot about that. Of course, he did have the run with Houston and James Harden, which if he didn't get hurt, maybe they go to the finals that year against us in 2018. But what's your overall thought on the legacy of Chris Paul?
CP3 has always been a tough subject to me because obviously in his early years, he was a little bit of Draymond. He was hitting people in the nuts. I don't know if you remember this.
I do, but it wasn't to the extent that Draymond did.
Yeah, no, Draymond's was intentional. By the way, I'd like to say, fuck you, Draymond. Going on Barstool talking shit about Matthew Dellavedova. Get that shit out of here.
Did you see recently, by the way, that Skip Bayless called Draymond his hero for calling LeBron the B word?
See, me and Skip got something in common there.
Speaking of Skip, as he used to say, Chris Paul was CP0 for 0 rings.
Listen, great players, not all great players win championships. Is Chris Paul this phenomenal, like, oh my God, he needs to be in the Hall of Fame player? No, but is he great? Absolutely. The man was the captain of Lob City. Oh, well, he didn't win anything. Yeah. Look at the organization he was with. His owner was a racist, and he's like, while all that was going on, they basically, first of all, they basically ran him out of, I don't know if you remember this, but when he got drafted, they basically ran him out of there. He needed to get out of there. Then,
well, remember, he was going to get traded to the Lakers, and David Stern next him.
Right. So then he goes to this team. He gets Blake Griffin, gets a little bit of help, gets a great team, like a good team. Think about that. You had Lou Will on that team. Your coach
DeAndre Jordan was one of the best rebounders that the game's ever seen at that point.
DeAndre Jordan was a great rebounder. Blake Griffin was just probably Blake Griffin jumped over IKEA.
Yeah, which was one of the last dunk contest memories that I have, even more so than 2016, to be honest with you. I mean, that was the last great dunk contest memory that I have.
2016 is up there for me, but yeah, for sure. But
yeah, I thought that Clippers team should have at least made one NBA final.
I agree. That team was nasty. You had Lou Will, you had Jay Crawford, who still, he was old, but he had the nastiest handles in the game.
They had a lot of 3-point shooting too. Wasn't like Nick Batum, I think, on that team, maybe.
Nick Batum was on there. JJ Redick was on there.
Yeah, JJ Redick.
JJ Redick would come off screens and just bang threes like it was nobody. That team on paper should have been good, but I believe inside politics and obviously all the drama with the owner, horrible person, by the way, disgusting.
I still think maybe the best team he was on was that 2018 Rockets team, which everybody says, oh, we would have killed that Rockets team. I don't know about that, man.
I think we would have. I think we step on that team, but I think that team's great because listen, nobody's stopping LeBron James that year. I'm sorry, LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. That was and I'm praising.
That was the year without Kyrie.
Oh, are you saying in 2015? Are you saying the year without Kyrie?
You're saying the year in 18 when
18.
Paul gets hurt. Remember they're up 3-2 against.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's my fault. I don't know. No, I think we lose in 6.
That was my argument, just because of their shooting.
Because James Harden was dropping 40.
Yeah.
James Harden was casually scoring 40, and Chris Paul would give you 25 and 10. Like, great. That team was phenomenal. If he doesn't go down, which we could say that about a lot of Warriors championships. Well, if Kyrie doesn't go down and Chris Paul doesn't go down, and
yeah, but I mean,
Zaza doesn't step on Kawhi's Ankle.
Here's the thing, though. You can make an argument for our championship if Draymond doesn't get suspended, right?
No, you can't.
Okay.
Because he played in Game 7.
He did. No, you're right.
He played in Game 7,
but did that suspension flip the series momentum?
No, because he came back and he started hot. Remember, he hit like 6 or 7 threes.
No, it's true. I do think, though, that every championship team does need a little bit of a break along the way.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think, if you want me to be honest,
you can make the argument if Durant doesn't get hurt in 2019, Toronto shouldn't have won that title.
Oh, yeah. But
Kawhi also gets hurt in Game 6, by the way, as well.
Yeah. Kawhi was just immaculate. That's my favorite. I love Kawhi Leonard. I've always loved Kawhi Leonard. You know this. I've always spoke highly of Kawhi. I still do. I love Kawhi Leonard, and I loved him on that Raptors team in that series because it showed that he should be in the conversation for a GOAT conversation. He could be.
Is that Raptors team the most random championship team we'll see in a long time? Because it was really a while. They traded for Kawhi and then he leaves.
Yeah, well, if I feel like if Indy would have won this year, then that could have been, because I don't see. Listen, it's like what I was talking about with the Patriots and Drake May. I don't see a world where that happens. It's kind of the same thing where I don't, even if Tyrese is healthy, I don't see him being that guy. He is a great player, and I like him a lot, even though he kicked our ass. There's a difference between kicking our ass and doing what Golden State did to us. Golden State was a rival to me. Like, they angered me because they were so good. Tyrese is just good. Like, I can't even.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I didn't understand how good he was until they went on that playoff run this year. Which does take me to, Jalen. So I told you this before the show. I have some lists today that I want to go over with you. One of these lists the listeners have heard already, and one of them they have not.
I'm surprised you're not asking me about the tanking fines. The fine for have you seen that?
I've seen it. Listen, there's a lot of things wrong with the NBA that I'm going to get to.
All right, let's go.
That we're going to talk about, but I want to first go over these lists. So, in no particular order for this first list. These are, in my opinion, today's superstars of the NBA. I'm going to name them one at a time, okay? Nikola Jokic, Victor Wembanyama, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Tyrese Halliburton. That's my list of superstars, and I put Halliburton on that list because I've seen what the Pacers have become without him this year. That, to me, raises his value.
Unbiasedly, I swear to God, this is coming out unbiased. Take LeBron off there.
No, it's fair at this point in his career.
There is. I know I've come on here for probably, if you were around for a long time, you OGs before Brandon's world, I've come on here probably 12, 13 years old trashing LeBron. Like, I've been trashing LeBron with Brandon.
I still think, though, there are points, and it's not every game, and it's not every quarter, but there are moments where LeBron still looks like he is a top 3-4 offensive player in the sport, which is why I still have him on there.
Okay, I can see that. Now, I think you got to take LeBron out of there. I think you got to put a young star in there. They're like,
okay. So
I'm putting Cooper Flag in there. If you want me to be,
let me ask you. These are the guys that I have at the door of superstardom. So they are stars. They are not superstars yet.
Okay.
Because they either have not gone on a long postseason run, or they have not brought their team that's been in championship contention, a championship, outside of one of these players on this list, because I think it's hard to rank. So
Okay.
these are my at-the-door superstars.
Okay.
Cooper Flag is on there. No doubt about it. Okay?
Can I cut you off for a second?
Go
Can
ahead.
I talk about Cooper Flag real quick?
Go ahead.
Cooper Flag is the same age as me. This man is younger than me, okay? And this man was balling out at 13 years old with NBA legend Brian Scalabrine. If you don't know, you should know about the White Mamba, folks, okay? If you don't know, you should. But this man was balling out against college kids at 13 years old. I told you that I have told everybody this. I said, give it 3 years. Cooper Flag will be a star in the league. And listen,
Yeah,
I know.
I'm the one that told you about Wemby, and you told me about Cooper Flag. Look at our basketball knowledge of these.
Look at us. Look at let it. Cavs. Put me and Brendan on the. Listen. We'll have this team looking right. We'll have this team looking in tip top champion 6, 7, 8 parades. Let's do it. Anyway, I just wanted to speak on. I love Cooper's game. I think he doesn't listen to the media. He doesn't care that he's young. He doesn't care that he has all this hype. He just loves a basketball in a gym. And that's the kind of guy I like.
Here's my take on it. LeBron, when he was a rookie, was obviously viewed as the next guy up, but he wasn't viewed as a superstar yet. He had to prove himself. That's kind of how I feel about Cooper Flag. Where we know he's going to get there eventually. I just don't want to put that tag on him right now. And I felt the same way about Wemby. Like, I didn't put Wemby in that category until this year when they started winning and we started seeing him more.
That's fair. Listen, we can interchange that, but I almost think you put Cooper Flag because I know on a Wednesday night, they're both on the West Coast on a Wednesday night. If it's Mavs Spurs or Lakers Nuggets, I'd rather watch Mavs Spurs.
Oh, that's interesting. LeBron and Jokic versus Cooper Flag and Wemby. That's a very close call.
I listen. This man, I'm telling you, he's playing on a mini hoop, and everyone else is just
no, you're like, right.
He and Cooper Flag just has it. I don't know what it is. I don't. You know, we watch wrestling. We hear this all the time. This guy has it, and we don't know what it is.
He has charisma. He has the it factor. No, I agree.
He does. And it's not because he wants to. It's just because he's that cool. He's like Anthony Edwards. Like, Anthony Edwards flexes his ego, not because, like, he feels like he has to, but that's just who he is. He loves to win. He loves to talk. He loves to run his mouth. This is what the NBA is turning into with these new guys, the Ants, the Wembys. This is a great. It's not because the NBA is lacking talent. That's not why the NBA is where in the state it's in.
Okay, so let me name you the other guys that I think are at the door.
I'm excited.
Cade Cunningham. He's got to prove it to me on a postseason run the way Tyrese Halliburton did this year, but I think if the Pistons go on a run, which I don't think they will because their head coach's name is J.B. Bickerstaff. But if they do, Cade Cunningham's got an argument. I say Donovan Mitchell's at the door. I don't think he's there yet because he quite simply has not gotten out of the second round with a lot of talent around him. And he has, let's face it, Jalen, I don't think Mitchell has played his best in the postseason at times with the Cavs even. So for me, he's still got to prove it.
Whoa. Hey. It's not like he's got a LeBron schedule. All right. It's not like he's playing a rookie Boston team or he's playing
Orlando and it took him 7 games.
Right, but that's not all on him. He was dropping for. We got out.
He did not play that well in that series. If you look really hard, if Evan Mobley doesn't get a couple key rebounds, we lose that series in 5.
Oh boy, I don't know about this one.
Okay.
This is where I will say, fine. If he's on the door, then this is his year to become a superstar.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But I already think he's a superstar.
I don't think he's there yet. Okay, another one. Tyrese Maxey. I have him at the door.
Okay, I like that. I like if he could push Philly over the hump. I like where your head's at. I like the kid's game. He can shoot. He's very. I like where. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, at the door. Alfred Sengun of the Houston Rockets. I think he's like.
There we go. There we go. There we go. There finally. Someone agrees with me. I've been saying this for months. I've said Sengun is a difference maker, and he's going to be great in this league. And everyone's like, "Oh, are you sure about that?" I absolutely am. I am. This man, watching him play basketball is like watching a unicorn flutter through the. It's a beautiful thing to watch. All right, he is a student of the game, and I love it.
Now, here's the last one that I have at the door, and this one. This guy has a championship. I'll make the argument he should have been the finals MVP. But I don't know where you place him because it's like we don't think of this guy as a great player. What do you do with Jaylen Brown?
Oh, Jaylen Brown's a star.
He's a star, but is he a superstar? Like, that's
absolutely.
The question.
Absolutely. Jason Tatum is nothing without Jaylen Brown.
Well, and again, we are seeing that this year. You know, I've had this battle with my debate partner, Josh Unger, over championship rings for 3 years now. And I said, the argument we're going to see about Tatum is how good are the Celtics going to be without him this year? And guess what? They're the 2 seed in the East.
Jaylen Brown, and I told you this as well, me and you are the only 2 people on planet Earth when Jason Tatum was on that run and he won the finals and he was doing all his cornball BS like texting Kobe, RIP Kobe, but like to me that was just corny and that was just weird.
Okay, here's my thing about Jaylen Brown though. I don't think he's better than Sengun, Mitchell, Maxey, Cunningham, or Cooper Flag.
I think he's better than Maxey.
Okay, but I think
it's close. I think it's close.
Like, I think you can only have 5 or 6 true superstars in the league. I think the rest of these guys are really stars. Like, I think we use the superstar. We over-label guys too much.
100%, 1,000%. Because like James Harden can drop 30 after the break, and I can be like, he's a superstar just because he dropped 30. I'm guilty of doing that.
Okay, so that's a good transition because these are sort of older guys who used to be in that superstar status that I no longer think are. A lot of it due to injuries during their career or just not a lot of playoff success. Okay. Durant, Kawhi, Paul George, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Damian Lillard, and Harden.
Okay. Take Harden out of there, not because I disagree, but because everyone else you just named, just like I feel like lost love for the game. Like I feel like Kevin Durant doesn't give a shit about the game anymore. I feel like Kawhi doesn't give a shit about the game anymore. I don't feel like James Harden doesn't care about the game. I feel like as of now, where he stands in Cleveland, he's in love with the game again. He's got help around him. He doesn't have drama. He doesn't have a aging Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi has, correct me if I'm wrong, but he has 3 championships, correct? He has 2 with San Antonio, one in Toronto. So like to him, he's got
no, he has 2. He has 1 in San Antonio, 2014, and then the 1 in Toronto.
That's right, because he shut down LeBron that too. That's right. I always thought he had 2. He would have, in my opinion, he would have come close to having 2 if Zaza didn't step on his ankle. Anyway, take that one, Golden State fans. Suck it. You guys don't win without hurting people. Anyway, if I look at this, though, like James Harden still has love for the game. He still has passion for the game. Is he a little bit of a drama queen if we start losing? Maybe, but does he still love the game? Absolutely. And that's to me, that's been shown these last 3 games in Cleveland. In his home debut, everyone was like, "Oh my God, come watch James Harden." Well, it wasn't James Harden doing a lot of the scoring. He was distributing, finding Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill hit 7 threes. Now ESPN's posting about it, and people are like, "Who is this guy?"
Good point.
Good.
So, okay, on Thursday's show, because once the Super Bowl ends, we dive back into basketball, and I usually do this right before the playoffs, where I rank the top 10 players in the NBA that are going to be in the playoffs. But I thought, why not? We're at the All-Star break, and if you're listening on audio, I just put that in quotes because it's not an All-Star game anymore, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But I ranked the top 10 players in order. Are you ready for this list?
In order is probably going to piss me off, but yeah.
Okay. I want you to react to these one at a time, Jalen.
Uh-huh.
Number 1, Nikola Jokic. I think he's the best player in the world. I think, by the way, forward, I think you could put these two together. I have Wemby at number 2.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Is Luka your 3?
No, he is not.
Okay. Jokic can stay. Wemby can stay. Those are valid choices.
Okay. I put Jokic over Wemby right now because I think Jokic's passing is better. Though Wemby does go on to win the finals this year, I think it's a conversation.
We need to have, to sidetrack a little bit, we need to have a serious conversation about where Jokic ranks in top centers all time. Is he better than Hakeem?
I think Jokic is the best center of all time.
He's not better than Shaq. And he's not.
I think he is. I think he's a better passer.
Shaq is the most dominant center we've ever seen. Is he better than Wilt? Yes. Is he better than Bill Russell? Yes. Is he?
Yeah, Shaq in his prime was pretty dominant. I mean, you got a point there, but then again, so is Jokic.
No.
Different ways.
No. Hold on. No. Jokic is not dominant. Jokic has the skill. Shaq couldn't put a free throw to name, but you put him on the block, he's destroying everybody.
I do wonder, though, if Shaq came into the league like 5 years ago, if he would be the same player. That's what I think.
Oh, absolutely not. Let me tell you why. Because they call everything. They call literally everything. And Shaq loved to throw them elbows. If you know, you know. Shaq loved to throw them elbows.
Okay. So number 3 on the list. I think this is where it's going to piss you off.
Oh, boy.
Because, while I admit he is a free-throw merchant.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Don't even say it, dude.
He is one of the best players in the league. For the second straight year, they have the best record in the NBA. And if they do win back-to-back titles, he's got to be in the argument for the best player in the world, especially if he leads his team. That's why I have SGA, because he's done it at the highest level.
Can we also point out they got better at the trade deadline somehow? They got Jared McCain.
They did.
What are we supposed to do? This team owns the Clippers draft. All of LA's draft capital belongs to them. They're going to be in the lottery. So the Thunder are going to get another top pick.
And by the way, they could trade a Jalen Williams or Chet Holmgren for Giannis, realistically.
Oh yeah, you could. You 100% could. But I'm not mad. I don't hate the Thunder. Let me tell you why. The Thunder have been through a lot of hell. The Thunder have been through a lot. From Kevin Durant, obviously going to the team that just beat you guys. That was tough. That's a tough thing.
And the fact that they had to watch Russell Westbrook throw a Brit for 5 more years after that.
Hey, leave Russ alone.
Hey, you know what? His career's dying where it should be in
Sacramento. It's dying? That man off the bench is a phenom. That man.
I think he might be the worst NBA player that's a star I've ever watched.
Stop. Darius Garland has an all-star game under his belt.
He can't shoot.
Neither can Darius Garland. Can't even stand flat-footed. His toes hurt.
Yeah, he can't, but he can make a 30-footer.
Well,
All right. Here. All right. Before we get off track, number 4 is not Luka Doncic.
No, this is what is going to make me mad. How is Luka not in your top 3 to 4?
Because this guy is better because he beat him last year. Anthony
Edwards. Okay. See, hold on. Now, I agree with your list, but I would swap a little bit. I'd just do a little swap. I feel like Luka's better than SGA.
I have Luka at 5, so if that makes you feel better.
No. Luka is better than SGA.
SGA has a championship. He was the one to lead his team to a championship.
Look at who he has around him.
He has Jalen Williams, is a good player. Chet Holmgren was a good player, but SGA is the star of that team.
SGA averages 37 fouls a game.
He does, but it's production, Jay.
What is he averaging right now? Look it up for me. What is he averaging?
I think 32 or 33 a game.
15 of those are free throws.
Let's see his stats here. He is averaging, scroll down to the bottom here. This season, he's averaging 32 points a game.
15 of those are free throws, Brandon.
Hey,
minimum.
Hey, listen, I agree he's a free throw merchant. I don't like to watch him, but he is such a talented player, and winning to me matters.
Well, that's not true because LeBron James is your GOAT, so.
Real funny.
Okay. That's not
This is where we're gonna go off the rails, Jalen. Okay, so right now I have the 5 best players all in the West. Okay, number 6, our first representative from the Eastern Conference, and it is not Giannis Antetokounmpo, because I think this guy has been in his conference the last 2 years. His team has been better. He's had better postseason success.
Can I guess?
He has revitalized this franchise. Go ahead.
Is it Brunson?
It is Jalen Brunson.
Okay, so I agree because I like Brunson. I do. I think Brunson's a killer. I think he has that New York in him. You know what I mean? Like to play for the Knicks, you have to have something in you. You have to be able to. You're in Madison Square Garden when you're at home. This is like to everybody else in the league. When you play MSG, you know you have to show out. These guys have to show out every night. Jalen Brunson is a bucket getter. He is strictly a ice cold bucket getter, and I agree.
Okay, so I have Giannis at 7.
Okay.
Now,
8
I think he drops.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me tell you this. I think you could put him at 8 just because he's been battling injuries. But true. I don't hate where he's sitting.
8 and 9 I'll put together because they're the 2 old guys. I have LeBron and Steph.
I just can't put LeBron up there. And I promise you, this is no bias at all. This is strictly a basketball fan talking basketball. This isn't me because my beef with LeBron. I just can't put LeBron at 8 or 9. I can't.
See, but to me, LeBron did a better last couple of years than Steph. So if you're saying that about LeBron, you have to take Steph off.
No, because Steph has played. LeBron hasn't been in the game. His head hasn't been in the game for the last 2 years.
Oh, I disagree. LeBron's beat Steph. I think the last 2 playoff series they played too.
That matters in what aspect? In what Steph Curry kicked his ass for well over a decade, almost.
By the way, Golden State the last couple of years has almost been irrelevant. The only reason why I have Steph on this list is because they're barely a playoff contender.
Well,
I think there's more case to take Steph off than there is LeBron at this point. I mean, the Lakers have always been in contention.
No. It doesn't. Okay. All right. I'll let that one slide. I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide.
I think the Lakers are more in contention for a title than Golden State, and I don't think neither of them have
Absolutely not. Well, absolutely, they're in more contention. Jimmy Butler tore his ACL.
No, they were never a real threat last year, even with Jimmy.
No, but you just told me who is more of a threat. You just asked me that. You said who is more of a threat. I said if Jimmy Butler doesn't tear his ACL, they're more of a threat.
No, I disagree.
No, stop. No, you're just saying you're just putting LeBron there because he's LeBron. You're not. There's no logic behind why LeBron's there.
Because he is still, as I told you this earlier.
He's not. He's not. All you LeBron lovers, he's not. He's not top 5. He's not top 3. He's not top 1. He's not. He's barely even relevant right now. You think I give a shit what
neither
LeBron
is Steph, but neither is Steph.
I'd rather watch Steph Curry on a Wednesday than LeBron.
Okay, but again,
the only reason I'm tuning
stuff off, Jalen.
No, the only reason I'm tuning into a Lakers game is to see Luka. I'm not tuning in to see LeBron. I will tune in to watch Steph Curry.
See, I won't because I don't find jump shooting entertaining.
I don't find what LeBron does entertaining either. I don't care if he doesn't want to play anymore. You think I want to hear Shams report? By the way, me and Shams got beef. You think I want to hear Shams major beef, Brandon? Listen. You think I care if he's going to retire or where he's going to go? You think I care if he puts the wine and gold on next year? You think
you don't care. I know that.
Okay. As a legit basketball fan, should anybody in this city care?
Yes.
This isn't even his city anymore. This is Jose Ramirez's city, and that's a fact.
No, that's a good point. Okay, no, number 10, because then I want to talk some real NBA with you.
Okay.
We talked about this earlier. You may hate me for this, or you may be like, you know what, I agree. I don't know where you're going to land.
Okay.
Again, I think the fact he's been out the whole year raises his value because this team went from the finals last year to being in the basement. I have Halliburton at 10.
Halliburton at 10?
Yeah. And by the way, I was back and forth with a Cooper Flag, with a Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell. Like, I think they all have arguments. I think Halliburton's had more success already than those guys.
Okay.
Like, I think what you do in the playoffs to me matters a lot more than this bogus Mickey Mouse regular season.
Okay, you got a point. You got a point. I agree. You got a point. I 100% agree. However, I don't know how Halliburton is going to come back.
No, but my argument was, how did the Pacers go from being the 4th seed and going to the finals to being literally the worst team in basketball besides the Wizards and the Jazz?
Yeah, you tear your ACL in the finals, and that'll do it.
Yeah.
Here's I got one more question, then we could talk real NBA. Is Halliburton this generation's Derrick Rose? Because we had Derrick Rose.
He could be. I don't know. We have to see how he comes back.
No.
You know what? This is this generation's Derrick Rose, Jalen. Ja Morant. Because they have similar play styles. Ja Morant, I argued for years, was the most fun player to watch in the NBA.
Oh, I agree. I love Ja. I love Ja straight out of college. Ja was phenomenal in college.
And maybe he didn't have the injuries like Derrick Rose. He was just stupid and got into legal trouble. But he can't shoot now. He's a shell of himself.
No, he can't. He don't care. He's one player that I can rip on, not because I hate him, but because he had so much damn talent, and it pains me for somebody who loves the game as much as I do, I would love to see John Morant on a Monday night dunking on Luka Cooper. Dude, can you imagine that one-on-one ISO Cooper Flag and John?
I will tell you this: if John Morant came to Cleveland, I would pay money to see John Morant.
Oh, there are a few players I would pay to see if they came to Cleveland.
Okay, that's a good conversation. So I'll start. I've seen Jokic. I would pay to see Jokic again. Absolutely.
I've seen Jokic too. Jokic was incredible. Number one on my list.
Do you know this? I've only been to 3 NBA games my whole life, and only one of them have been in Cleveland.
Yeah, you went to Denver a few years ago.
Correct.
You went when Cena had his last match. You went to the Wizards game.
Which, my God, they did need to trade for Trae Young and Anthony Davis to get some butts in the seats.
Yeah, but I'm sure those tickets after you paid for Cena were probably like a bag of popcorn, pretty much.
Yeah. And then I saw the Hawks in 2021, and it was actually the game where Colin Sexton got hurt. It was his last game as a Cavs.
I forgot you went to that game. Why did you go to Atlanta? I don't remember.
I got free tickets from someone for some program or something. That was my first Cavs game.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
So those are the 3 games. But out of people I would pay to see, Jokic, Wemby, I would pay to see Anthony Edwards for sure.
I've been lucky enough to see Ant-Man.
Okay. I would pay to see
that was
Luka.
Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah. I would pay to see Brunson.
I would pay to see Tyrese.
Okay. I would pay to see Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
I'd pay to see Steph.
Now I don't know if I'd pay to see Steph.
Okay. So I would pay to.
Hold on. I would pay to see LeBron though. I would.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I know this is last year, and I know, or I don't know it's his last year, but I know it could potentially be it. So yes, I would pay. Like if they said, "Yo, LeBron's coming here," I would go. Even though I hate LeBron, I just know how huge that would be for the city in terms of the vibe downtown and the buzz.
Okay, Jalen, you have been a fan of the NBA for as long as I've known you. The NBA is your favorite sport, without a doubt, hands down. Am I wrong on that?
You other than professional wrestling, like NBA and professional wrestling, because yes, dickheads, it's a sport. I'm fired up today. All right. Yes, it's fake.
Hey, let's not get into that conversation, okay?
Sorry. Uncle Dave's been pissing me off. I'm sorry.
Hey, we at least agree on something. Thank you for saying that. You know what? I'm just gonna have you come on the show every day so you can say Uncle Dave pissed me off. All right, but we're not talking about that stupid idiot.
No. That's okay. So, but yes, you are correct. You are 100% correct.
In my opinion, I think college basketball today is actually a more entertaining product than the NBA. I think the NBA has real issues. I don't think that there is a play style anymore that's different. You turn on the TV, you're seeing 63-point shots a game. I think LeBron even recently on a podcast said that people don't understand today's game is actually harder on the joints because you're running and sprinting so much to the 3-point line to defend. That's one of the reasons why Tatum, Tyrese Halliburton, these young guys have gone down with Achilles tears these past couple of years. The regular season is a complete Mickey Mouse product that nobody cares about. And I think that the NBA product needs massive rehaul. But where are you at in terms of the sport?
I agree. It's kind of like an addiction. Like, it's bad, but you're still gonna do it. Like I love basketball. I've loved basketball ever. Guys, I've brought this up plenty of times. Brandon met me when I was like 11 years old. I was a young kid, and I was able to hold an NBA conversation with him. Like,
you were obsessed with that. Like, I never met someone who loved basketball as much as you.
live, breathe, die. Like Brandon, for those who know Brandon personally and are fans of the show, like he lives, breathes, and dies football. Like that's tell Brandon coverages.
I've always said the NFL is my sport and the NBA is your sport. Now
It's perfect because we know about both, and then one just knows more about the other, and then we converse.
The funny thing is, though, is the NBA used to be my second favorite sport. Now, for me, it's down at like 4. Because to your point, I put wrestling above there, and I put baseball above the NBA now. Because
here's what I'm not standing for. That's something we're not doing. Listen, I love my tribe. You saw the hat I just bought. Great hat, by the way. I love that thing. I love my tribe, and I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna be downtown. I think you want my hot take. I think we win a Super Bowl. A Super Bowl, yeah. A World Series in the next 4 years. Like I love my guards. I do. I love my tribe, my guards, whatever you want to call them. However, I am just obsessed with basketball. And like I said, it's addiction. I know it's a bad product, but I'm going to watch it. And I'll watch any form of basketball. I watch college, like college games. I love international games. Doesn't matter. I just love the game. I agree. This sport is a complete mess. It's literal garbage. It is literal. The regular season is literal. You think I'm gonna pay a Prime subscription to watch 75 threes be shot?
And by the way, teams are already tanking, so we'll get into this now. I don't have a solution for the tanking issue because I really don't care, to be honest with you. I think there's more issues to solve than tanking, but what's your thought on it?
I don't think tanking is a bad thing. Like these bad teams, like, okay.
My take is get rid of the lottery. Let teams be bad. How do you think an NFL team, how do you think the Patriots went from the worst team in the league to being in the Super Bowl? Hooker by crook, they were in the Super Bowl within a year of having the number 3 pick of the freaking NFL draft.
Yeah, right. They were bad. They like okay. I think Adam Silver might be the worst owner of any sport.
Okay, so this is funny. So I texted this to a friend last night. I want to know this may get a laugh out of you. I made a joke that said, hey, Congress should stop worrying about impeaching Trump and start worrying about impeaching Adam Silver.
I agree. Listen, we don't get political on this show. Wherever you stand, that's fine. But I agree. I think Adam Silver needs to go for the sake of my television.
Like, and I said this the other day. I never thought I'd miss David Stern, the late David Stern, because he wasn't a very good commissioner. But you know what David Stern had was some balls. And
yeah.
By the way, also we all because I remember I came on this show, or I had you on the show a couple of years ago, and I said, "What the hell is Rob Manfred doing with baseball? A pitch clock, bigger bases." I said baseball was meant to be a slow game. Well, guess what? Baseball has never been better because he took chances. He made rule changes that were viewed as radical, that all of the certain people on one political aisle said, I hate baseball now. This is not the way it should be played. And the sport's never been better.
But that's the problem with us now as a society. Any little change, we freak out.
Yes, but here's the thing, Jalen. 10 years ago, baseball wouldn't market its stars. The NBA marketed stars all over the place. Now I think it's a complete in reverse, where the NBA is hanging on to dear life of Steph Curry, LeBron, and Kevin Durant. They don't see Luka. They don't see Ant, Wemby, Jokic. Say what you want about SGA. He's one of your most marketable players. Market him.
Absolutely. I agree. To let everybody know, baseball's awesome. All right. If you guys aren't up on that, if you guys don't watch The Tribe, if you guys are like, if you were like me when I was younger, because I was like, baseball's so slow, like football's fast paced.
And by the way, I've watched more National League and National Baseball in general since these rule changes that I never used to watch.
Oh, we talked about this the other day. I think I don't remember what we were talking about, but you said, "Man, I'm fired up for baseball."
Yeah, no, I said I'm more fired up for the Guardians season start than a potential Cavs NBA Finals run.
And I disagree, but that's because this is my sport. But if you're telling me that in 2 months from now I get to go to the ballpark again and hear those beautiful Cleveland voices serenading our I'm gonna say it, hometown boy, because he is. Like he said, he's 50-50. 50 Dominican, 50% Clevelander. He's a hometown boy, and anyone who disagrees with me has a problem with what I'm saying. You can't see the finger I'm sticking him right now, but that's where I am. We love you, Jose.
Okay, so I have some very radical rule changes.
Let's go.
That I think
what
the
I'm
NBA
here
needs
for.
to implement. Okay,
This is what I'm here for.
We can go back and forth. If you have any ideas, let me know. I'm gonna ask, before we get into the rule change of the NBA, I'm actually gonna start with how I would fix All-Star Weekend. Okay.
See, here's the big one, because we're actually, fun fact, we're recording this on a Saturday, so the 3-point contest, the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, or I guess I wouldn't even call it a contest, the dunk of the G League players,
which, by the way, under my rule changes, if you are a G Leaguer, you're not even allowed to be in the same city.
Oh, come on, come on.
This is All-Star Weekend. This is not minor league All-Star Weekend.
See, but that's the thing. You don't know about Mac McClung. The ball now.
We don't need to know about Max McClung because I don't even remember him being in an NBA game. He should be a TikToker.
He wasn't. He was one of the best dunkers out of high school. Back in 2016, the Golden Era, that mixtape, he had the best high school dunk mixtape I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's why he should be a TikToker, not in the NBA.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I digress. Okay, here's my rule changes. Friday night, you keep the celebrity game. I don't know what the hell that game was last night. I don't even know where the hell the game was. There was a rookie showcase or whatever it was. I would move it back to rookies versus sophomores. I don't even know what the hell they do now.
Rookies for sophomores was a wonderful concept. I love that. You remember when it was rookies versus sophomores, I believe, and Kyrie absolutely put. Who was it?
I remember that. I can't remember the guy here, but I do remember his performance in that game.
Yeah. He played awesome. That's when All-Star Weekend was fun. Like, okay. I don't like today. I'm going to my buddy's house we're gonna get pizza and watch 3-point contest. But the only reason we're watching is because Donovan Mitchell is in it. If you would have told me when I was 12 and you hit me up and you were like, "Yo, what do you think of All-Star game?" Bro, it was awesome. I like when Kobe and LeBron locked down. That was fun. It's not fun.
I'm taping it for the record because I just want to see NBC's new presentation of it. I'm gonna skip the commercials and I'm gonna see how it looks. Basically,
that's fair. You know, but like I'm not excited. Like, as a football, the Pro Bowl is even worse. But that's like,
that's a different conversation for another day. Okay, moving on to Saturday for the skills competition. I wanted to go back to where they had one current All-Star, a WNBA player, and a legend.
And my God, Brandon, I'm sorry to cut you off. We've been saying this for years. Me and my cousin Scotty have been saying this for years.
They would do the layup, a free throw, the shot from the elbow, a 3-pointer, and half court. It was timed.
Yep.
And by the way, I would have if there is by chance a tie. This is the new rule change. If there is a tie, the legends between the two teams would play a 1v1 game, first to free.
Ooh. I like this. Yeah, that sounds fun to me. That sounds really fun to me and enjoy it. Like, that's what made All-Star Weekend All-Star Weekend. It wasn't because all these stars were out here. It had something to do with it, but it was the fun concept that the NBA came up with.
Now, for the 3-point contest. I think it's gotten a little bit gimmicky with the starry ball or whatever
Yeah.
the case be. I would say this is what I would do. Out of all the All-Stars that have already been selected, you take the top 6 3-point shooting percentage based off a certain number of attempts. And you go from 6 players, then the top 3 advance, then you go down to 2 for a final 2. You have 5 racks, 6 points per rack, like they used to do, 4 regular balls, and then 2 points for the money ball. And then if there is a tie, the 2 players will shoot for 30 seconds. Whoever gets the most points in that 30 seconds moves on, like they used to do back in the day. Very simple.
See that, like, the 3-point contest doesn't need much of a change. It's not.
No, it has gotten a little bit gimmicky where you could have an all money ball rack or whatever. Like I keep it simple.
I agree, but that's like a small change. Everything else needs a drastic change. You know what I mean?
Okay, here's my dunk contest change.
All right, see, here it is, because these have been, for those who know, notably bad for what, like 10 plus years?
Yes. This is what you do. Once all of the All-Stars are selected, this is where you have a fan vote. And the top 4 get to automatically participate in the dunk contest.
Okay.
Okay. As for the contest itself, the scoring system to me needs completely revamped. Instead of the 6 through 10, it's a 1 through 10. So we can properly rate the dunk.
There you go.
Okay. In the first round, each player will get 1 dunk. That's it. Yeah. However many attempts, excuse me, you get 3 attempts, but you get 1 dunk. And the 2 highest scores will move on. Obviously, there's a tie, there's a dunk off. And then for that final round, the 2 highest scores will get 2 dunks each. Their total points will get added together.
I like where your head's at, because I feel like we do need more stars, because I'm not going to lie. As much as I love basketball, I can't tell you one person that's in that dunk contest.
Okay. Now, for the game itself, a lot of people have talked about money. They've talked about, should Adam Silver just pick the players? To me, I think you just make it simple. You do what the MLB used to do. You have the East versus the West, and you make it for home court of the NBA Finals.
Exactly. There we go. I agree. This is all I've ever wanted. I've said it forever. I've told my father this. I've told everybody I could. Make it for home court. Make it for home. Why would you do that? Because home court matters. I don't care what anybody says. Home court absolutely matters in the game of basketball. I don't care. I don't think home court is as important in any other sport besides 3 sports: basketball, baseball, and hockey.
No, I disagree on baseball. I don't think home field matters that much in baseball.
Oh, I do. Oh, because for a small market team, if you could keep that crowd, like ourselves, if you could keep that crowd going all night through 8 innings, oh boy.
See, I think in baseball, you're only as good as your next day starting pitcher.
I can see where you say that, but yes. Okay, so hockey and basketball, home court really matter. Home ice, home court really matter, in my opinion.
I think in football, it depends on the team. Like, obviously, I think Denver having home court matters more than, say, Kansas City or someone. I don't know.
Correct. But you get what I'm putting down. Home court, no matter what team you are, matters. Because if you have say we make it to the finals, right? And they did make that the format. So the East wins the All-Star game. So we make the finals. So we get game 1. You could really step on them, get 1 and 2 in your building.
Yep.
To start the series.
That leads me though to my actual NBA rule changes. Some of these are very radical.
I'm excited.
The first one is, I think you can even agree, Jalen, there's way too many games.
Oh, yeah.
We got to cut
Yeah.
down on the games, and we're going to cut down on back-to-back. So I'll tell you the way you do this. You start the first Tuesday in December. Why do you do that? Because in October and November, let's be honest, all America really cares about is the baseball playoffs, and then you get into college football and the NFL. No one is paying attention to the NBA. From opening night, they do a little bit, and then it's like to Christmas Day. No one knows what the NBA is doing in November and December.
No, unless it's your team.
Which is why we all criticize it now, because football season's over. We all watch the NBA and we go, this product sucks.
Yeah, you only know what's going on with your team. Like, I only know what's going on with the Cavs.
So in my opinion, you start the first Tuesday in December, you pretty much play almost every other day. You eliminate back-to-backs, how you get to 66 games. Which leads me to the playoffs. Since we are starting the first Tuesday in December, the playoffs are going to start the second Saturday in May, which would align right up with the Kentucky Derby. I get that. But you are avoiding the NFL draft completely. The NFL is now completely out of your purview. Baseball is still in its inconsistency stage in the regular season. You pretty much have May and June to yourselves for a complete playoff.
I don't hate that, and I also don't hate that it's right in line with the Kentucky Derby, because I can go to Kentucky, get drunk, bet $1,000 on a horse, and then
so here's my thing too. What makes the baseball playoffs so exciting to me? They are 30 days. The NBA playoffs sometimes can last 65, 66 days. The series to me are way too long, and there's too many days in between. I don't understand why the first round, some days you get 3 days off, and in the conference finals, you go every other day. Doesn't make sense.
I swear to God, it used to be every other day.
It used to, which is what we're going to go back to. But I have some radical rule changes for the start of the playoffs.
5-game series?
Round 1 is actually just a best of 3. And it is at the higher seeds court all 3 games. So theoretically, the lower seed, while they could be away 3 straight games, or it's a best of 3, if you win one of the games, all of a sudden you're in the series. And it creates real urgency for that top seed to have to play well right away.
Exactly, because like the 1 and the 8, the 1's going to step on them.
Yes, which is why I think best of 3 actually says anybody can win.
Yeah.
So you do like that. I didn't think you would.
Oh, no. Here's the thing. I am a basketball fan through and through, and I will 100%. I love a good 7-game series. But that's why I love baseball, because a team like the Guards could first round could play a great team, get an upset or two, and we're rolling. That's what I love. That's what I love about baseball. That's why this year I was fired. I was in the ballpark for Game 3. We lost, but it was like the start of the game was so electric because everybody knew this was it. This was what it could be, and it was poetry in motion, and that's what I live for. The environment. That's why I like basketball. I live for when someone hits a clutch 3. Can you imagine a Game 3, Knicks versus, I don't know who's like a okay team but like not great,
like the Heat.
Yeah. Okay, can you imagine that? We're down 3. Tyler Hero for 3 gets fouled and won. Oh my God! 1-point game, Game 3. This is it.
And again, it's real quick. It's every other day. So every series will be every other day, no matter what round you're in. And an attempt to make every round different, I have the semifinals being a best of 5.
Okay. I don't hate that.
The conference finals is the best of 7, same thing as it is now.
Okay.
To make the NBA finals different, and to make home court matter even more based off the All-Star game changes, the only change you make for the NBA Finals is it's best of 7, it's every other day, but instead of the 2-2-1-1-1 format, you go back to 2-3-2.
See, I like that. I like that format. See, I don't hate these. You thought I was gonna hate these?
So you like all my playoff changes?
Almost all of them. The only one I'm questioning is the 5-game series. But the more I draw scenarios in my head of like an 8 seed upsetting a 1, it gives me that March type of vibe, which like I again love basketball.
And by the way, I mapped this out, by the way, based off the calendar for this year. So if my rule change was instituted this year, the playoffs would start on May 9th. The latest they would end, if it goes to a game 7, would be Tuesday, June 23rd. I mean, that's like 37 days. You're almost cutting the playoffs in half.
Right, and then right after that, June. So then you kind of lock into baseball, like freshly after that.
The playoffs do not need to go from mid-April to mid-June.
No, absolutely not. I love basketball, and I've consumed enough basketball to where I could throw up. So I absolutely not. I agree. My thing is, I'm really starting to like that 5-game because it's giving me that March vibe. That March.
It's also that baseball vibe, and I used to not like the 5-game series because I always thought it kind of gives the road team an advantage if you can steal one of the first 2 games. But I also think that's what kind of makes it more exciting.
Exactly. That's what makes it more exciting. That's what makes it like, oh my God, can the Guardians really beat the Yankees here when the Yankees have all these big hitters?
And theoretically, all you have to do is steal game 1 or game 2, and you're in control of the whole series. It's a different feel than a 7-game series.
Right. And if you're a great team like a Boston team, a healthy Boston team, if you're a good team like that, and you drop a game to the Magic, now you're like, oh, we gotta do something here.
Okay, so last segment of the show today is going to be the actual physical on-court rule changes.
Okay, see, this is where I'm like really curious to see where you went here.
Okay, so I didn't want to copy this idea, though. I thought it was a great idea. So before I give you my idea, I'm going to throw this idea out there. Okay. I listened to a podcast the other day with Nick Wright and Bill Simmons. Very good podcast. They talked about how Adam Silver's neglected the NBA as well. And Nick threw out this really interesting idea, which I don't think the NBA will ever do, but I'm curious of what your take is on it.
Okay.
What if you make the 3-point line like baseball's outfield walls? As in, you know how like Fenway has a different wall and Kansas City has a different wall?
You're saying every court has a different how far the 3-point line is?
Yes.
Whoa.
It wasn't my idea, but I thought it was an interesting idea. And the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, I like it. Golden State could have theirs from 50 yards back, and Washington could say, we don't even have a 3-point line.
I don't know. Because that's like a different dynamic. Like, a different wall. Like, that's not, I feel like
it would make home field matter more.
It would, but I don't like that one.
Okay, so my thought was, because I talked about this with my buddy Austin Arnold on last week's podcast. I watch college basketball. There's so many more collisions at the rim, which what basketball should be. We need guys like Wemby and Jokic and Embiid in the paint, not standing out at the 3-point line. So why don't we just move the 3-point line is where it is in college?
Oh God. See, I don't like that. I don't like it. Okay. I gotta think about that. But that's the thing, like, you're asking me this on the spot. If you give me a week or two to think about it, like, I might.
How do you increase the amount of points at the basket and decrease the amount of threes? I've seen some takes that say, eliminate the corner 3 and extend the line out, but you eliminate the corner 3.
No, it's not eliminate the corner 3. I really think if you want the game to, what if there was a limit to how many threes you could shoot a half? Like,
Ooh,
what if you can only shoot in 2 quarters of basketball 10 threes?
10 threes, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yay. I think it's
Hey,
something. It's something. I don't know.
because listen, because
We
that
we
would
all we all agree they have to cut down the amount of threes you shoot a game. It's just how do we get there?
well, we have possibly the worst owner of any professional sport again. So we will never get there, Brandon. This is just wishful thinking. We will never get
Okay.
there.
So Jalen, here's my other take about basketball, especially the NBA. Why do the last 2 minutes of games take a damn near hour?
Oh
So
man,
so in my opinion, and I don't think you're gonna like this change at all, but in my opinion, with under a minute to go,
running clock.
if you are down by more than 2 possessions, you cannot intentionally foul.
Stop.
The games take
If you're
forever
down,
because
if you're down 20, sure, but if you're down like 6,
no, you have to be down 8 or more.
okay, you're okay.
If you're down 8 or more, you can foul. You can go for the ball. You cannot just wrap somebody up immediately. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, because like if you're down 8 with like 13 seconds, it's over.
The rule is you cannot intentionally foul.
Yeah, right.
You can grab the arm. You can do a reach in. You can't.
You just can't.
Somebody.
I just can't run up from behind and just wrap you.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're down by more than 2 possessions, which technically is 8 or more, because there is technically a way you could score 4 points on 1 possession.
Right. Okay, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. I really don't. That sounds actually pretty entertaining. Because like, imagine you're down 8, you poke the ball loose, you get a steal, scoop and score, then you could start intentionally fouling again.
Yeah. Okay. Physicality. We're bringing back to the sport. Hand
All
check,
right.
push off. It's all legal. Go kill each other, boys.
Let's get it. Okay, I like where your head's at. See, because a lot of these players wouldn't be the players that, like, there are select few players I think would be fine in that type of league. And I'll tell you who they are. Donovan Mitchell.
Anthony
Edwards. Donovan Mitchell. Unbiasedly, because as much as Don loves to shoot, he loves getting smacked at the rim. I think Donovan Mitchell will be fine. I think Ant-Man will be fine. I think Tyrese is done. I think, man, I think Brunson be all right. I think Brunson will live with it. Brunson be fine. I think Cooper would be all right. I think Wemby would be just fine. Like Giannis would be fine. LeBron would.
Here's my last rule change. And this, to me, should be universal across all sports. It has to do with replay.
Mm-hmm.
When we go to the replay monitor, you have a countdown on the clock. You have 30 seconds to look at the replay. If you can't make a decision in 30 seconds, the call stands.
Can we bump that up to a minute? If you're willing to bump that to a minute, I agree.
Okay. I think that, especially in the NBA in these last 2 minutes, it's like, we got to zoom in and see, maybe did his little pinky finger just come off the ball at the newest second? And it's like, stop. This is not what replay was meant for.
No, it's meant for if something is blatantly, like when Kevin Durant stepped out of bounds and they didn't call it. Anyway, like that's what it's meant for. It's not meant for ticky-tack little, barely off his fingertip.
Like,
it's honest.
And I think of this too, like the catch rule in football, and then like a play at a base in baseball. If I look at that replay in 2 shots, if it's not conclusive, the call should stand. Why are we watching this replay for 2 minutes?
I agree, but sometimes I feel like you have to, because even if you can't see it the first couple of times, it still is the right call.
But the point of replay is to evaluate it in full speed. It's not to slow it down and zoom in 10 cameras and say, he might be.
But it actually is. But I agree.
No,
If
no.
you should have a minute, and if you can't figure, if Tony Brothers can't figure it out by a minute, we're done.
Call the Adam Silver.
Yeah. Call for real. Do something with your life. Do something. Do something.
He's going to come out this weekend at All-Star Weekend and say, our league is so great. By the way, no one understands what this USA versus the world Ron Robin bullshit even is. Oh, we're going to have two separate teams of U.S., and then they're going to play the world, and then they're going to play each other in the 2 weeks. Like, what?
I don't understand the cup. I don't understand the world.
Oh, the NBA cup. Don't even get me. Oh, the court. Look at this. We're doing so. Don't even get me started on the NBA Cup. That nonsense. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention. The play-in tournament is gone. Get rid of it.
You know who that was made for?
I know.
Who was that made for?
I know. It was made for LeBron to get in, right?
You know who never had a play-in?
Who?
No, I think you know.
Yeah, that guy in Chicago.
Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Hey, Steph Curry also had a play-in multiple.
That's true, and I give him flack for it.
By the way, the year that Michael Jordan won the Bulls, they went from 57 wins to 55?
57, I believe. Anyway, that's not what we're here for.
Hey, you brought it up.
Hey, I'm just stating the facts. Listen, there'll probably be kids that'll say Jalen Brunson is a great player and he has an NBA cup. So
oh, he has an NBA cup, just like the Lakers hung that fake banner. Tear that shit down.
I'm glad you say that. Because the people who say the bubble was the hardest thing to play in don't think so.
No, I'm talking about the NBA cup. I'm not talking about the bubble.
Oh! I thought we were talking about
the bubble was a legitimate championship because they were the best team in the NBA.
Stop it. Anyway,
they did get a break as LeBron and AD came back with real bones and not broken bones with the guy in SpongeBob. But
there we go. But yeah, take the NBA Cup. Get rid of the NBA Cup. While we're on this, please, just don't need it. It doesn't do anything. It actually drops your ratings. I feel like nobody cares.
I want to ask you a quick question about Giannis, just quickly.
Okay.
How did he go from the best player in the world to not even top 5 in 2 years?
Bad coaching.
Is it just injuries? Is it just bad luck that Jokic and Luka Wemby all arrived and he was bounced out in the first round?
But I don't think he's not top 5. I think anybody who says he's not top 5 is an idiot.
Well, I'll tell you, I think Jokic is better than him. I think Wemby's better than him. I think Luka's better than him.
Hold on. You think Jokic is better than him? Fair.
Yeah. Yes.
Who else did you say in that list? You said
Wemby is better than him.
How? How could you say that yet?
Wemby is something that you've never seen before.
I agree.
He's a better scorer.
Hold on.
He's a better shooter. He's a better passer. He's a better athleticism.
Yeah, but Giannis is just.
Giannis can't shoot.
Yeah, you're right. Giannis can't shoot, but he is. Once Wemby wins the championship, because I know it's going to happen, that's when we can have that conversation.
All right. Well, we've gone an hour and a half. Let's wrap it up, Jalen. We spent an hour and a half talking all ball. I don't think we've ever done that before.
No, that we did a little bit free agency last summer. We discussed a little bit of ball, but it wasn't all ball. But we did buy, seller, hold.
And yeah, which by the way, I'm gonna bring it back this year for NBA playoff teams. I want you to tell me a team and I'm gonna rank their stock going into the playoffs.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
So that will be coming in March, as well as, of course, March Madness right around the corner. And Jalen and my good buddy Michael Reiner, I haven't told you this yet, you guys are going to be returning together. We're going to all preview WrestleMania together this year. I know you're not too excited about WrestleMania this year.
Hold on. No. WrestleMania could save this. WrestleMania could very well save this. I wasn't invested in the Saudi Royal Rumble. It just wasn't my cup. It wasn't my cup of tea. But throw the ones up. It could save it. It could save it.
And with that, that'll do for today's Brandon's World. We're on Thursday's show. When we come back, I will be putting on my booking cap. And I will be booking, as of today, what the WrestleMania 42 card will look like. So make sure you're prepared for that. And we are in collaboration with the one and the only Voltage Live. Our social media links are in the description below. And peace.
Yeah.